reconciliation moves that are supposed to happen between Nigeria and, structural rebuilding or reconciliation, structural rebuilding or reconciliation. Um, and he also said there was no victor, no vanquish to try and soften the ground for some of this, for the reconciliation moves that are supposed to happen between Nigeria and, people who try to secede. The question now is, looking at how far we've come since the end of the Civil War, have we really made much progress, especially when we look along the lines of conversations that still happen right now in the Southeast? You still have IPOP, even though they have been prescribed as a group, but we still know that the agitations are still there. People still feel very strongly about either seceding or, asking for restructuring. That's the other language that's commonly used, not for secession, but perhaps in such a way that we go back to the regions, because right now people believe that the country is not as productive as it ought to be. What are your thoughts on how Nigeria has progressed since when the war ended?
Okay, let me give you a background information. I commend God for his policy of reconciliation, the 3 R's they call it: reconciliation, rehabilitation, and the other one. But I tell you, what happened then? Some of them were just mere slogans. I commend General Bisala, particularly General Bisala. General Bisala, at the end of the war, implemented reconciliation. Because when the Biafran troops came out, he received them open arms. But when they went to the 10th Marine Commander under Obasanjo, some of them were killed. And we have records, they were killed. So some of us who had not come out at the time, who monitored what was going on, went into our cocoon. And I tell you something, General Bisala helped in the process of ending the war peacefully. Because if he didn't, some of the remnants of the Biafran troops were ready to go into a guerrilla war instead of just handing themselves over to be killed. What happened with 10th Marine Commando was unfortunate. 10th Marine Commando was in Port Harcourt and Uweri. And Bola was in Enugu. He commanded the 1st Division. And Obasanjo commanded the 10th Marine Commando. And the commander of 10th Marine, Benjamin Adekunle. Now, Obasanjo took over from Benjamin Adekunle. And during the process after the war, beside the fact that Biafra soldiers who came there initially were killed before the war intervened, they had a policy of taking over and appropriating the property of Igbos in Port Harcourt. Even though in Kanu, Audu Bako gave back the property to Igbos. In Jos, they gave back the property to Igbos. All over the country. But in Port Harcourt, where Obasanjo was the commander, Igbo properties were taken over. Up to now, they call it abandoned property. I've never seen in the world where after the war, you say, oh, you cannot get your property back. Reconciliation and rehabilitation and whatever. So the slogan of the 3 R's by Gowon was only implemented by Ibsala. The other commander didn't give a good. I can tell you that.
Yeah, but moving on from there, as a country, we know that even right now in the political equation of things, there is still the complaint of marginalization from Southeastern leaders. Would you say that there has been enough to integrate people from the Southeast into the country as a deliberate government policy, not just as an economic?
I understand what
yes.
There haven't been enough. There haven't been enough. I think that the government has a policy of federal character, and that federal character has been not implemented at all. If you go to the ministries, you go to the parastatals, you see what is happening. That means that they are not taking the federal character issue seriously. If we want to build a good nation, if we want to build a virile nation, a strong nation, we must integrate everybody into one. We must have a national ideal. A country without a national ideal is just wallowing in the wilderness. If you take, for example, some of the great countries we have today, starting from our neighbor, Ghana, when Nkrumah was there, Nkrumah built a national ideal. Every Ghanaian saw themselves as Ghanaians. They spoke as Ghanaians. They were proud of their nation. But you cannot be proud of your nation if you're marginalized, if you can't get a job when others are getting jobs. You know, it's a serious thing. And I call on the federal government to look back again and see if the federal parastatals and agencies are really implementing federal character, which is part of the federal policy. They're not. And this is why everybody's worried. We're not saying give preference to one person or the other. But take everybody, whether they are Yoruba, Hausa, Igbo, Shekiri, Lupe also, as the same one and indivisible people, and build a national ideal. They will all melt into it. America, they call it melting pot. Let us have a country that's a melting pot. Whatever nationality you are, whatever ethnic group you are, you come into Nigeria, you become one Nigeria. Just like we get united during football matches, let us be united in the ministries. Let us be united in the agencies. Let us be united everywhere. So we need leadership. We need strong leadership. And if people say, we need strong institutions, but it's strong leadership that builds strong leadership institutions. If you, at this time now, we need strong leadership that can give us strong institutions. And immediately we have strong institutions, we can now checkmate corruption. We can now checkmate all the avarice and all the difficulties we are facing in the country. Right now, we need strong leadership. And we need...
So, greetings, my people. 50 years after Nigerian Biafran Civil War, which were Nigeria and what Nigeria have been doing, Nigerian government. You see that it is not easy to come as one because people are not acting like one. There is a lot of problem. Nigerian government, those who have been ruling Nigeria since after independence and since after the war, have been treating Biafran children opposite. These people, these guys, this government will preach good and do bad. Whenever the government want to do bad, they will preach good. And they are always doing everything by force. They have allowed the Biafran children after the Biafran Civil War to scatter all over the world, begging and doing all kinds of jobs, and gathering the Hausa children and the Fulani children to become Nigeria and training them as a citizen of Nigeria and giving them the religion, giving them power, weapons to kill all the non-believers, all the non-Muslims and all. And trying to convert people to Islam by force, even though they have their own ways of life. Obasanjo and the Adekunle and the other people, after the no victor, no vanquish, they went ahead and took Biafran money, seized their Biafran property. And ever since then, the Biafran children have been abandoned, the way they abandoned properties gone. We scattered all over the world. We are the Biafran children. We are the children of the things fall apart. And we have story to tell. Our story have never matched with Nigerian story. Our history is not corresponding with the Nigerian history. Our origin, our ways of life is totally different from Nigeria. We cannot sing our Lord song in Nigeria. Nigeria is a country of over 521 languages. And I don't think that all these over 521 languages have been carried along. as a one people. There is a discrimination. Even it's running in the minds of Buhari. It is running in the minds of Babangida. It is running in the minds of all the northern leaders because they read Quran. It is how they integrate, how they have been integrated. It's how they are brought up. People been brought up in Nigeria with the Arabic knowledge and the Hausa language. So they speak Hausa language, but the history and the origin and everything that they learn about is about Arab. They see Arab people more relative to them as other fellow Nigerians. So it is not working. They don't know Nigerian history, all they know is Arab history. They can read and write Arab with Hausa language. They don't even know the history of Hausa or the culture and the tradition of Hausa. Hausa culture and tradition have died ever since they converted to Islam. And other people don't want to live this kind of life. Every country of the world have a Christian, Muslim, Jewish, and Islam. And they live together for that country. Nobody is cheating each other and nobody is destroying each other. But it's not like that in Nigeria. In Nigeria is where people are fighting for the Arab war in the country of culture and the tradition. So the Arab people are not fighting in Saudi Arabia. But the mentality of Saudi Arabia have been planted in Nigeria. So when it's supposed to be war in Saudi Arabia, they fight the war in Nigeria, in the Gambia, in Niger, in the Mali, in the Chad, in the Cameroon. Because all these people are the people using the colonial religious knowledge to be destroying African culture and the tradition, ways of life. The same thing goes to the Christians who are learning the Roman ways of life, Roman culture and the tradition, and fighting in Africa and destroying African ways of life, African spirituality, African culture and the tradition and the history, relating it with the Bible and the Quran. We, the indigenous people of Biafra, have been keeping quiet for too long, waiting for Basanjo, Babangida, Buhari, Yaladua, Shonekan, Abiora, all the people that have been ruling that country to practice what they preach: reconciliation, integration, orientation, rehabilitation. But none of this is going on because people have been keeping fighting the religious war for the Arab interest. Today is 2020. Go on, you are old. Obasanjo, you are old. Buhari, you are old. All these people who fought the Biafran Civil War and destroyed everything now is old. I wish that they will be traveling and coming to that eastern region where they fought and destroyed and see how that place still remain abandoned. If we talk, or if the Biafran children, or if the children of those who fought the Biafran Civil War talk, Nigerian soldier will kill them. After the Biafran Civil War, Nigeria have been keeping killing the Biafran children, even though that some of us do not born during the Biafran Civil War. But we have been killed. We have been marginalized. We have been treated like second-class citizens of the country that they say we are one. What makes you to be one Nigeria, where nobody cares about your existence? where the people in the north and the west will be praying to their God to wipe all the Biafran children away from the geographical zone. Adekunle said it. This is the mentality that Nigeria have against the indigenous people of Biafra. You are afraid of indigenous people of Biafra because we are industrious. And they don't want to let them go because you are afraid of what you do to them. They may be coming to attack you. Biafrans are not attacking you. Biafrans are not violent. Learn to live and let other people to live. Learn to be who you are and allow other people to be who they are. Don't change nobody. That brings war. Learn to live with peace and not fighting. Learn to live side by side with other people that doesn't have the same ways of life with you. In the northern part of Nigeria, it's dry. In the Sahara, it's dry. There's many places that is dry. It's the nature. Learn to love your nature. It's kind of like when you are killing people, your place have to be like that because you're killing everybody. Stop killing so that your nature will be like other people's nature. You are destroying your nature because you don't have the knowledge of your land where you are living. You have the knowledge of Arab with Hausa language. This is what they are teaching you. And this is what you grows up with. You don't know any other thing. This is what Shakau is saying. And this is what he want to use to. What are you doing? It's not working. Biafrans cannot accept it. And this is why we want to go. We want to let you be, and we be also. It is going to be, I don't know, shame to go on. Adekunle, wherever Adekunle is today, it is shame to him. All the people who have hands in killing the Biafrans, it is shame to them. We are here today, still living our life, surviving without you. Our fathers survived with 20 pounds. Heartless Nigerians, wicked leaders of Nigerians. Who do you think you are? We are not slavery. You cannot sell us to slave. We are survived today. And our story, our history is different from Nigerian stories and Nigerian history. You can stop us. You cannot stop us from telling our story. You cannot stop us from living our life for who we are. We are not even stopping you. All this what you people are talking in Nigerians media, talking all this thing, you want to lie or deceive to the world. The world knows everything about the Biafran Civil War and Nigerian Civil War. It is shame to you people because when you are there in the position to change something or to make something, you're looking after money. Money have make you to be the great shame, to be, I don't know, all Nigerian leaders. Look at how the world are looking at you. You are great in corruption. You are great in taking Nigerian money and banking it abroad and letting Nigeria to be poorest country and letting Nigerian people to be doing all kinds of illegal things anywhere they are. Allowing the Fulani people to be carrying AK-47 and killing people in their farm. Destroying people's things. This is the character that you show to the world. And this is coming back to you people. All the people that have hands in such a life. Whatever you wish other people is what is coming to you. Our history, Biafra history, is different, totally different from Nigerian history. You can never wipe history out of a syllable. You know, you better start teaching your children the history instead of telling them that the Quran is everything. Teaching them Quran, Let them learn their own history too before they carry the Quran, so that you know who is carrying that Quran. You cannot be carrying Quran as your history. You need to teach your children their history and tell them why they are carrying that Quran and why they are doing what they are doing. People are dying because of lack of knowledge, lack of their history. The Northerners did not go to school and they are happy because they learn Quran. You don't know your neighbors, don't know your left and the right, and they think it is normal.